right in front of his face, nigga, give me space, yeah. Why you keep talking about the shit like a shit say Che, nigga, fuck you think she gon' bring down, I don't get a Chanel. Get her back home, I'm giving her hell. Truth or dare, I don't kiss and tell, bitch, I go nuts like Chip and Dale. Barry to death on the tall bar, she wanna talk my head off, she got a lot of jaw. I thought you ain't no shotgun, ride shotgun with a shotgun and a hot car. Little bitch gon' cut on YouTube, hey bitch, she thick like Nunu, baby, I do shit like Mewtwo. You cool until you go cuckoo, yeah, ayy.
I need that one time for the one time. I need that one more time. I need that one more time. I need that one more time.
Pondy River. Pondy River.
Hold up. Let's clap us on then. Let's clap us on then.
Let's get it again. One more time.
You say you need it one more time?
One more time.
Rewind.
Play it again then. One more time. Like that.
I'm trying.
Come on, now you the DJ now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I just fucked that all up. I got hella hype right there just for that Uno Momentos and just forgot where the fuck I was.
Ayy, break the whole thing down with the crew right in front of his face, nigga, give me space, yeah. Why you keep talking about the shit like a shit say Che, nigga, fuck you think she gon' bring down, I don't get a Chanel. Get her back home, I'm giving her hell. Truth or dare, I don't kiss and tell, bitch, I go nuts like Chip and Dale. Barry to death on the tall bar, she wanna talk my head off, she got a lot of jaw. I thought you ain't no shotgun, ride shotgun with a shotgun and a hot car. Little bitch gon' cut on YouTube, hey bitch, she thick like Nunu, baby, I do shit like Mewtwo. You cool until you go cuckoo, yeah, ayy.
Shout out to my nigga Yo-Yo. Shout out to my nigga Yo-Yo for the intro, for the overlays, for the listen. This is the new and improved breakdown crew. We back to, you know what? It ain't really new and improved. It's actually we back to all of our fucking shenanigans. This is the new improved me. No longer humble. Wicked Wing Truth. There we go. You know, let me change my name. Yeah. Motherfuckers gotta put some respect on my fucking name and act like they know. But anywho, appreciate everybody in the comments. Shout out to my nigga Kenny. Kenny757. I see Blue Dream, my brother Sicko. I thought I saw a Bishop somewhere, old freaky ass. Somewhere down in there. What it do, Bumpy Bars? Oh, shout out to One Man Standing. They doing bowling night tonight, so they out there. Shout out to you, Luke Kane, Alex Palix, the whole Word Sport Battle League crew that was able to get into this situation, and I'm ready to recap that when y'all are savages out there too.
Wait. I got Lou and Bully right here. You want to holler at Lou right now? You want to holler at Lou right now? Okay.
Yeah. Lucifer Canaan on.
Let's go.
Shit.
Lucifer Canaan. Hold up.
How y'all doing?
We good? What's up, bro?
Nothing much.
Talk to us. What we doing? Who you battling?
I'm
Who
not
you battling?
yet, but don't matter who I battle, because they don't want to stand in front of what I got for real, or they not gonna make it to the next round.
Nigga, if you show out the way you showed out this last event, listen, they got problems.
Bro, and that's
they got problems on their hands.
That's how I pulled up. I want this title. I want it.
It's a title match.
And then after I get this title, I bet we can go smoke. After I get this title, I want to go battle Bad News for his title, and then I want to be champ. I want to be a double champ.
Oh, that'd be a dope battle right there.
So Lou, this is a title match tonight?
No title match tonight. Tomorrow is a gauntlet to make it to the title match. Respectfully, if the title match is on a date that they told me, I'm gonna have to decline the title match.
Damn.
Just whoop ass in this gauntlet. You'll be fine, bro.
That's it. The exposure is the most exposure is really big for you. So I salute you, bro. I'm rooting for all of y'all, but you know you my guy. So yeah.
Yeah, you already know I
Just
love you,
stay in the
man.
zone, bro.
I cried on your shoulder for a whole 2 hours, damn near.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right, bro. I'm gonna be Savage gonna be letting us know, keeping us in tune with everything that's going on down there. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow with the highlights, or at least the guys. Well, my ass will be at work, but at least the guys will be back with the highlights of what's going on for tomorrow. But
Yeah.
let's get into
What's
what
up?
we here to get into.
Yeah,
All right, hon. Yeah, let's get
what's up?
into what
What we
we
get
are
into,
here to
Wayne?
get into.
Mm.
Yeah, so WOTY 1 year,
You know,
2021. Salute, Blanco. All right. So I mean, the good, the bad, the ugly.
yo,
I
when you was
have,
cool,
and please apologize. Breakdown Crew support group chat. We have been lacking for the last couple of weeks because I had been preparing for this
like,
fucking tournament. Okay. I mean, tournament. But well, shit, I felt like it was a goddamn tournament. But I have been preparing for WOTY. But for the most part, we're here now. It's over. I will not be returning this year. Let me just put that out there. I won't be returning next year. And that I left. But and hard feelings to the women. I had said, you know what? This is International Women's Week, from my understanding. But it was the 8th. It was actually the 8th, but for something that I really appreciated that Jay Black gave us the honor to be able to do. Y'all know me, and I don't like the bad energy around, I can honestly say that last year, it was our first year. The second year, we tried to do a little something different, and be more strategic in how, stick to the script and emphasize on the structure and pretty much the criteria. We tried to use that, because last year it was, we were too catty. And the cattiness behind Vixen the Assassin and KCJ. The crazy part about that is that was a 2-year prior to that 2020, 2 years prior to that, or a year and a half prior to that, they have been interested in booking that battle, which never happened. You understand me? And as soon as we did this panel, voila, this battle is now so anticipated. Now, this situation, this time, now don't get me wrong, because what I'm saying is not an excuse as to why the winner was the winner or anything like that. What I'm saying is that there's always a silver lining in every situation. But again, we're coming up on a battle between 40 and Coffee, possibly her retirement battle. You feel me? So she coming in there with going crazy. And of course, 40 is now, fuck this shit. Y'all niggas ain't gave me Woman of the Year for the last the second year. Y'all keep disrespecting my name. Let me show you motherfuckers who I am. And I feel like although things went the way that they went, regardless of the fact, you have a battle that now is going to be just as anticipated, because Coffee said, I mean, not Coffee, I'm sorry, 40 said after this whole panel thing, now I'm about to fuck this bitch up. I'm not saying that she wasn't going to fuck her up anyway, or she wasn't coming in there unprepared or whatever. But now she's 10 times more focused on letting people know, y'all stop playing with me. I won't say that I felt like she's gotten comfortable with the fact that, hey, she has a lot of accolades and I'm the most popular as far as my fan base, as far as my team or whatever. 40 has a lot of support in the culture. But sometimes we get a little comfortable. So if this was what it took to shake her up, then you know what? I'm gonna take a bow for that, as being part of a women's panel of 7. We did add 2 new members, which would have been Sarah Connor and Tata from, I believe she's with Let's Talk Battle Rap as well. And there were I'm never above reproach. I am, if you feel a way about something, I was in the spaces and the people in the spaces explained to me how they felt, there were certain things some of the women they felt they may have not known what they were talking about, or it felt like at certain parts it was rushed, certain things that they did not like. And not for nothing, again, everything requires growth. Everything requires growth. I don't understand why women have to be so catty. And I do understand that there are going to be women in this culture that don't like other, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, I don't feel like that's fair to bash someone because you don't like them. Or y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all have beefs or whatever the case may be. If they're qualified for a fucking job, who are you to downplay what they do because they talk about you all year long with no bias? It's kind of unfair to put that stigma because you hear something that you don't like. And a lot of people a lot of people listen with their eyes and not their fucking ears. Because a lot of what people were saying, battlers included, you got the hint of alcohol that came out in round in the conversation for 1 and 2, and then it was the drunk bitches and this and that and the third. I mean, if you don't put names on it, it automatically becomes collective. We all have individual brands. I don't drink like that at all. I'm a mother like most, and my duties is to my child. So my drinking days have been over for years. And anybody who sees me at an event know that you have seen me drink one time if you see me drink. But you definitely did. I'm working. I don't drink. So I kind of didn't like that. That kind of stung kind of bad. Just the constant name calling. It's just kind of like, wow. There's things that could be said about a lot of people, and it's just like, it's okay for the mudslinging to be done by certain people, but not the mudslinging to be done by the women in media. So I don't know. I feel like that, I don't think anybody's really certified to be able to say who does what, when, and where. Because there's several women on this panel, including my goddamn self, who have been in this culture, have got it from the mud, that deserve just as much respect. You don't have to like anyone. But then there is a such thing as professionalism. I will say that there was a lack of that during the panel and after. There were certain things that personally I wouldn't have said. And there were certain things that personally I wouldn't have done. And that's just being in this culture and understanding how this culture works, because people are looking for anything to tear you down. You understand? I've judged battles. I was in King of the Dots $100,000 tournament, and I judged there too. I run a whole goddamn sector of RBE. I mean, I think I'm capable of making a decision. I listen to bars as part of my living in battle rap. So I think I'm pretty qualified, and not for nothing, the people that I've brought into this culture so far are fucking fire. So I think I'm pretty qualified to know. When I was with Angry Fans Radio, a lot of what I did, I had a whole ladies' night show that I developed within Angry Fans Radio, that I always celebrated the women. I didn't give a fuck if they didn't like me or not. They didn't even have to know me. But I celebrated what they did because their hard work was wonderful. But again, that's just me. And if you don't know how to rub shoulders with other people in places that you may not like someone, that's a sad thing. Grow the fuck up, because half of y'all are damn near 40 now. About 5 years from it. Maybe 6 to 5 years from it. Grow the fuck up. That's all I'm going to say. Fans, get lives. Because half of y'all sit behind Abby's to talk a lot of bullshit that you couldn't do the rap side or the media side on some real shit. Now, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. Where are my mods? Hey, family, we are always got, already gotten.
Yo, let me get this shit off real quick,
to
Wayne, because I'm about to go back inside. But just like you was saying, when we talk that media shit, it ain't that many. While we got the crew going live, we had people at events pulling up. We outside everywhere. We're not just RBE, not just URL, Jason the Gun. We
Out,
everywhere. I'm
out
everywhere.
the fuck side. That's us.
When we can just pull up and pull motherfuckers up. Anytime. So, that's just we just got a different type of vibe here, and like everybody official, cause I'm out here solo, and a scratch on me, baby. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I got both my eyes. You know what I'm saying?
That boy say he Ebony Man of the Month over there. He doing well.
It's good out here. Good money. So it's always the gang, it's always the crew, and so take everything with a grain of salt. You did your thing though, Wing. I want to commend you. You always held it down. You held it down like a true lady. And she ain't no small joint. So like, I don't know if some of y'all want to run up, but Wing, like, when I first met Wing, I was like, damn, she goddamn Amazon out here. It's fucking like Wonder Woman. So I'm just saying, be careful.
I don't know, man.
Hey, don't play no games. Look at that. Look at that.
They say you bark up that tree might fall on you. You know what I'm saying? That tree might fall on you. So, but because I'm out here at Midnight Madness.
Oh, ain't no might. This tree will
Midnight Madness. That boy out there.
This tree will fall the fuck on you. You better go ask them motherfuckers in Tacoma. Bitches got bit on top of put on top of motherfucking Cadillac trunks. We don't play no games over here. Don't let these knees fool you, because I wear a knee brace. But again, I am of the cloth now, and I have changed my ways.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. I haven't.
See, I will say this much. All of y'all look good that night. All of y'all look really, really good that night. Shout out to the ladies. Y'all did y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? I like a little bit of the talking around or whatever, but when you started peeling away the onion layers of everything, you saw who was able to talk that talk, as they say. You feel what I'm saying? You was able to see who talked that talk. I respect everybody's opinion, and I would like to see more and more of what I saw next year, just possibly better. I don't know what way to say this without coming off as being a jerk to somebody else, but maybe that panel should be mixed up a little bit. What y'all think?
As far as the panel, as far mixed up, as far as what? Having males?
As far as I've been hearing certain things in the Twitter streets, bro. As far as like folks are saying maybe there should be males and females on this panel. That just like there should be males and females on the.
Well, I think this kind of step in the face to the women. You trying to say the women not capable of making decisions of picking WOTY? I think that's kind of like a step in the face, because if that's the case, then why there's no women on champion?
This what we saying. Maybe they should go ahead and mix it up. We're not saying that women are capable of picking
but
their own.
But the thing is, why? But the thing is, why it got to be with WOTY? It seems like it's always like with WOTY. It's just like it's kind of like a step in the face. I think the women are very capable of doing what they're doing. I think they did with the criteria that they was dealing with on their panel. They was working with what they was working with. From hearsay, certain people did not want to be mentioned. kind of for me, kind of affect the outcome for me. Like I say, it just when you got things like that with this situation, you can only work with what you got. The women, made decision the best way they could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The
Nah,
champion, and let's be honest, champion for men and voted is not perfect. It's never going to be perfect. This is a opinionated sport. So we gonna get decisions that we like, and we gonna get decisions that we don't like. You know
what
what? And I hate to say it, this right here, this was the hardest panel I think in a while to really kind of judge for me, because this is like it was. I salute to the women who's on that panel. I wouldn't have did it. It was too damn hard because it wasn't easy. This year panel was not easy at all.
it would have been a little bit easier if everybody wasn't trying to make it a popularity contest. I like this person, so I'm gonna vote for him
Oh,
versus their actual skill set and their skill level. At some point, you got to
well,
call a
and
spade a spade, man.
let me
I
get
mean,
into that. Let me get into
whoever it
that.
is,
Um,
MC female might be my cousin, but if she got scraped on a battle, if she got destroyed, she got destroyed. Move on. It's a part of the game. That
well,
person might not be number 3. They
well,
might
let
be
me
number
say this.
4.
Let me say this. Let me say this to that. Let me actually say this to that. This is where the professionalism comes into yeah. The, I think for most people who pay attention to drama or who just see certain things, Blue and Sick, you guys are mods. I feel like there are just certain words, keywords, phrases, things that you should not say. You shouldn't talk about, oh, that's my girl. I always say, now on this show, I do say, because of the emotional battle rapper, female or male, I do start off with the admiration for their work. You know what I mean? I do that. And I do that because I want them to understand that this is not us tearing you down. This is us saying, hey, I love you, but if I'm a supporter, I'm not a stan. I'm not a motherfucker that's going to sit here and just allow you to do whatever it is that you do and have nothing, and not expect you to grow. That may be work that you may feel is your best, but as a fan, or a fanatic, the word fan is the abbreviation of what an enthusiast is. A fanatic. Yeah, you do this. But if in that setting we felt like, hey, it didn't work, or we felt like maybe something was going on with you that day, we could see it. Somebody told me on this panel, when you looked a little annoyed, you didn't look like you was having fun. There were certain things, yeah. But again, I'm on a panel full of ladies. I wanted to have fun. We wanted that. That was what we went in there for. We went in there to have fun. We went in there to try to lessen the critiques from last year. And that didn't happen, unfortunately. It was worse. But I can understand taking accountability is how you grow. For us, as well as the battlers. So the fact that they could critique us, don't get mad when you're critiqued. Now, let me get into what I was saying. Francis, appreciate your comment. Casey J at number 4 with a nasty record is tough. Technically, it's not, because if y'all was listening from last year, she had a good body of work, greater this year, but a good body of work this year. Great body of work this year. She actually learned from last year. So I feel like she listened and she learned from last year and came into a panel, or came into a tournament. That was huge. But there's other things that you have to take into account. I suggest that we actually go by the criteria to substantiate our claims for different things, because that strength of schedule is really hard when it comes time to try to put somebody up against somebody else. Now, her at 4, Coffee was my 3. Actually, Coffee was, yeah. I had Casey at 4. I had Vixen at 5. I had Coffee at 3, and C3 and 40 were my interchangeables. So although she had good battles, she did her job in that tournament. She had not so great material against Twerk, although won because he choked half the goddamn battle. And that was the problem with the Miss Merck battle. She did great with prep, and then she got bodied by Geechee. Now here's the problem. The accolade for that is the fact that yes, she was the last woman standing in that tournament, but the win-loss ratio, the frequency, the moment, the overall impact, yes, she gets a point. But then when you have a C3 that basically has had that certain wrap circles around majority of the women. Now, the problem was for me is that, yeah, they were 1-rounders. So the fuck what? Is it more of an impact to say that C3 went around given chances with her talents and title and status in battle rap as a woman? 1-rounders to me are just as tough because she could lose those battles, went on to team up with Beretta, who gets no credit in this culture, to beat the 2 women in culture that are rising stars for battle rap, for URL's battle rap.
Shout out LL Cool J in the
People
chat.
said that the goalpost was being, you know what I mean? So although she had a stellar year, that's all she did though, Francis. That's all Casey did. I mean, she had some other battles, but I'm saying, do you understand where I'm coming from?
She did work.
She did work. I will never take that from her. She did work. She absolutely did. I will not take that from her. But that work ethic is 1%, like a portion of a percentage of everything else that she had to contend with, and the other women that she had to contend with. You see what I'm saying? So I get where you're coming from, but it really wasn't that simple to actually make those decisions when you're having to look at other women's body of work in conjunction with hers. I'm not mad if you had her higher, and that was part of debating. We were supposed to be debating and doing different things. I feel like what I could have done better in this though is, even with the arguments, when I had conceded in certain situations, I feel like what I shouldn't have did, which I didn't even realize I was doing, is after I conceded, I still voted for that person. It wouldn't have mattered because I was outvoted already. See what I'm saying? So regardless of the fact, if I'm outvoted, I'm outvoted. It's really nothing I can do. But I probably should have left my little Woman of the Year thing down to show that, hey, we can agree to disagree. I'm already outnumbered. I think that's one of the things that I wish I would have done that I did not do. So I came here with a list of 15. Somebody was saying, oh, I wanted to see these lists and I wanted to see this and I wanted to see that. As Lo was saying, we came in here with separate pieces of paper and battles written down and all this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. I spar with every last one of these guys. Yeah, but media, that's what we do. We have meetings. Even before these shows, we have meetings of the minds. We spar together. We make up the topics. They did exactly the same thing for me. And I'm pretty sure there was a couple of other people. Me and Dude, we spar. We exchange notes. We do all of that. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I have the green screen, so you guys probably can't see that. But damn, hold up. These are my notes.
You mean to tell me that you actually do shit before you get on camera and you actually prepare?
Oh fuck yeah.
Marcellus,
What you think
what's
you
up,
doing? You can't be
boy?
doing no shit like that. Get out here prepared and shit. What the fuck, now? Come on, Wayne. You know better.
What's going on, Marcellus, my boy?
Nothing much. You know how I do, man.
Shout out Slizzy Gang. You know.
Yes,
And
sir.
here is
These is documents, scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Documentation.
Oh, we
here.
got the receipt. We got
Like
the
I say,
receipts.
she out here
We
doing
got the
work
receipts.
before she gets on camera, doing homework,
The nerve
actually
of her.
doing the nerve of
The
her.
nerve of her.
Unpaid work. Unpaid
You want to
work.
mitigate it all, let's say.
Unpaid work.
You, I mean,
Let's say it
hold
that
up.
way. Unpaid
You
work.
telling me that you did homework, you prepared, you went back and looked at the body of work that took place in order to discuss an accolade that you could bestow upon somebody. You looked at their body of work and took it into consideration, sit down and thought and had preparation for it. When how could you do such a thing? I mean, yo, go ahead, Wayne. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
Hey, but hold on. We was doing this months before, way months before.
You've been doing it and leading up to it. You didn't just wait until the damn. See, you fucking up the program, man. What's up, Koji? How you doing,
What's
bro?
going on, boss?
Koji, what's up? Wow.
Wow, check me out, nigga.
Yeah, check me out, nigga.
Hold on. Furthermore, let me also shout out France, who also provided us with what I had already brought to the table, more work. Damn, hold on.
Uh-oh, more documentation.
See,
more documentation.
You got to be ready. They say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready because the pen is truly mightier than the sword.
You ain't got to get ready. You ain't got to get ready. In the beginning, the rules were stated what the rules were, along with the format of what we would be doing. And again, basically everything that we would be talking about, which was strength of schedule. It gave the definition of strength of schedule, impact, consistency, moment, all of that. Which again, if you were on the panel from last year, these are all the things that we talked about last year. Which again, these are the things that we talked about, you know, that Monday or well Sunday. Let me also get into the biggest part of everything, which was not want to be mentioned. Hustle, talk about these individually. Hustle did not want to be mentioned. Now, I did not know that Hustle said that, so that came to me as a surprise, which I was kind of upset about. And I will get into why I was upset about that in a little bit, but I want to speak more about Yoshi. Now, let me go back to where is it? Exhibit A. Well, if you know what, hold up. Is it here? Hold on. I ain't even got to do all that.
Let me get it together.
Let me just double check. Let me just double check if I put it in here. Oh, yep. Here we go. For those who may not have seen, this was my individual list.
Yes.
Hold on, let me get this comment out of the way really quickly. This was my individual list, okay? I put that list out there because I did want for people to see that we were advised to bring a top 10. The first thing I said was I have a top 15. That last one is Prestivia, for those who can't see that. That last one is Prestivia. So as I stated, 40 and C3 were my interchangeables. And I just felt like debating that. This list for me was more so about my 1 and 2 were interchangeable. My 3 to 6, or my 3 to 8. I'm sorry, my 3 to 9. I think it was my 3 to 9 were just to get them on the list, and where they placed is where they placed. And my 10 was solid. Okay, so I had 3 solid placements, which, well, and again, 1 and 2 was interchangeable, but as far as where I felt like they fit was my 1, 2, and 10. Everything else for me, I needed to have the ladies there. I went in with C3 technically as my number 1. I told Cece that. I told like, and me and Do and I talked about it. Like, those were she was my top. I just felt like I know that I would have this argument about 40. So for now, this is what it will be, and I'll have my argument ready for C3. So anyway, Prestivia, I felt like that was a valid argument, even though I wasn't mad at Caution being in honorable mentions. Or if we added an 11 or 12 or 1 through 15 or whatever. I just felt like between I looked at the impact, as we talked about earlier. I looked at the impact of what Prestivia did as a rookie in her second year or a year and a half of battle rap, and her win and loss ratio, as well as her material. All of those things put her over Caution for me. And not for nothing, that's like momentum. If we're going to talk about momentum, that was one of the hardest working girls in battle rap. She just didn't have enough time in and enough names in yet to be able to put her over any of the other girls that were on that list. That's why I needed her on the list, and I made her my 10.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on 1 minute. I'm trying to get back to the questions.
C3 was my WOTY. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was my WOTY this year.
Right? Well, I'm not gonna lie.
C3 was my WOTY.
Wings 1 through 5 is my same 5. It's just that the WOTY that won was my WOTY. But at the same time, I had the exact same 1 through 5 that Wing had, just in different order.
Did not get to the Yoshi.
Nigga, no way you had coffee and no one you want, nigga.
I did. Tizzy Gang had the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wing. I apologize.
No. Go ahead. Finish your point.
Oh, I was just saying that Tizzy Gang had a conversation leading up to the airing of WOTY, and we went through and we were picking who we had, winning, and we picked the top 5. My top 5 was at 5, I had Casey. At 4, I had 40. At 3, I had C3 was 2, Coffee was 1. Wing, who did you have as your who did you have? Who else was your top 5? I can't remember right off the top of my head.
So my top 5.
Vixen was my 3. So here's my top 5 went Coffee, C3, Vixen, 40, and Casey. That's how my top 5 was.
That is not a bad top 5 either.
So let's get into you.
Nah, because I need him to tell me how he got Kofi at number 1, because that shit don't make no sense to me. So I need to hit his explanation.
My reason for having Coffee as number 1, I think Coffee had the impact. I think that Coffee had moments, and I think that of who I listed, other than C3 and other than Vixen, her record was best out of who I had in my top 5. How
my
you feel
opinion.
when she only had 2 complete battles, and you know she lost a 2-on-2, and she had a,
I was
and so that means basically she only had 2 whole complete battles before June.
because I was under the impression that the champion of the year, WOTY, or whatever you want to call it, was not counting 2-on-2 battles. And I also was under the impression that one rounders were not necessarily didn't hold any type of weight considering. So going by that type of criteria, that's why I gave it. Also, the way I looked at it, if you drop the battle on the app, it counted, and she won. As she's winning on as she was winning on the app with Hustle.
But she
So
lost in the
therefore,
building.
and Vixen only had two. Didn't Vixen only have 2 battles last year, or did she have 3? She had 2 or
But
3.
She had four. Hold on.
but you know she lost in the building, though, right?
She lost what?
She lost in the building.
Losing in the bit. Yeah, but that's going off of caffeine votes. I don't go off caffeine votes. I go off my own damn shit. I
But
listen to you.
you see, picking and choosing and voting, that's a sticky slope. That's a tricky slope. So you want to count one vote, but you don't want to count another. When one was considered an official loss in the building, because it
I
counted towards the
never count caffeine votes. I don't care if President Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Nancy Reagan was out there telling me to count caffeine votes. I don't count that shit. I counted now as
So
far
let
as
me
counting the app votes. That's what
So you
people
want to
count.
count accolades that had Jada Nightwing beating Ace Amin when Jada Nightwing choked all 3 rounds, and you want to tell me you want to count one type of vote and not the other? It don't make sense, bro.
Bro, you talk
let me
about the
just
culture.
chime in real quick.
Go ahead.
Let me chime in real quick. Vixen had actually 5 battles. She had Emerson, Loso, Shuni, C3, and KCJ.
Fair enough.
She beat Casey. They
Well,
tried to say that it was a debatable with C3, which I had C3 winning that. She did beat Shuni because Shuni's material wasn't clean though. And that's why I gave her the win over Shuni, but she got bodied by Loso. And I actually had her losing to Emerson.
Yeah, me too. I had her losing to Emerson.
I'm be honest. Shuni was better than Vixen in that battle, even though Shuni stumbled.
Facts.
Real. If
Facts.
Shuni stumbled, Shuni was smoking her. So it's like she couldn't grain of salt. And honestly, I had the Casey battle as a toss up because I ain't going honestly I had Casey beating Vixen.
Vixen smoked her.
And see, that's where the perception of how you view a battle comes into play, unless it's a clear goddamn law or win or loss. That's where the debatables come from. Again, it's preference sometimes or whatever. But what I go by at the end of the day, if you're not clean, how the fuck do you win a battle?
I'm the same way.
Period.
You stumble, you don't finish. Yeah, you don't win that round.
So then that brings it back to what y'all was just saying about Coffee Brown in that battle with Miss Hustle. She did not complete that
For
battle.
me, I'm gonna be honest. I don't count that battle. It wasn't a fucking battle. That was not a fucking battle. That was a damn poetry slam contest.
Wait. Let's before we get there, let me address Yoshi first. Okay. The situation with Yoshi. Again, everything is not in our control. I say that with the situation being as fast paced as it was, that was not something that I could check my phone to. Like, I went checking my phone and the computer was sitting right there, but everything was going so fast. It was just kind of like, I thought I was going to have more time to be able to fact check. But again, I'm with respected media. So I'm the person that feels like if you say something, be able to stand on it. If you cannot stand on it, don't bring that shit the fuck up, because it will bite you in the ass. And not for nothing, this is where people are already going to chip away at your credibility. Make sure you can stand on it. Now, I know that it was said that it was an interview, then it turned out to be a tweet. Here's what I say to that. Yoshi is not wrong for how she felt. She said that it was not legit. It was in a moment of being emotional, you know, what she felt at the time, all these different things. Now, I feel like, yes, if she felt like I was just playing, or it was just emotional time, or whatever the case may be, that didn't mean that I didn't want to do it. There's some people I saw that said, well, hey, did she call? Did she say this? Did she that? No, she didn't. I don't recall Hustle calling either, but Hustle stood on hers. She meant, I don't want to be involved. Damn. She said, I don't want to be involved. Don't involve me. And she was not involved. So either way it goes, I feel like both ladies should have been involved. But at the same time, on the flip side of that, just like with mainstream media or mainstream entertainment, y'all want to have these rules on what we should be doing in media. I feel as battle rappers, watch what the fuck you put on social media, because it can be used against you.
Facts.
Okay, so I'm not saying that we should have went by that. We should have fought harder. I made that person perfectly fucking clear for me. She's in my 6. She is my 6. I said that. There were 3 other people who said that. The decision was not ours to say we want her in there. It was the decision of the coordinator, and if she decided to go with hey, this is what Yoshi said, then there's nothing that we could have done about that. So I understand the answers want to be heard or what have you. You know, some people say that the list should be list should be amended, what have you, to add her. I have no problem with that. But again, where she would place, I don't know. She did have a great momentous year. And if that's what needs to be had, that's what needs to be had. I felt like Hustle, I hated that Hustle took herself out of that, because again, for me, I felt like that was the easy fee. That was an easy way to push her up the totem pole. So to now kind of, you see what I'm saying? The blame game that's being placed on the panel, that accountability, in my opinion, kind of got to be held. They got to be held accountable too. Because just as well as you didn't want to be critiqued, and I understand Hustle may not have wanted to be critiqued by people that she don't or whatever, but at the same time, you didn't allow us to be able to expound on your accolade, whether it be 2 battles, 1 battle, or whatever. You didn't allow us the opportunity. The people who did have you on their list, I didn't have her on my list, but even still, I didn't mind putting her. She was there. And well, like I said, I had a 15 as far as top 10. I did not have her, but if I could have made the argument for her, I would have, because I felt like I could see where she could have been in this list that we were forming as we're talking. You see what I'm saying? So
Wayne, can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question right quick? Do you think if Hustle was mentioned in WOTY, do you think the outcome of Coffee being #1 would have been different?
For me, it damn sure would have been. I'm not even gonna lie. For me, it damn sure would have been, and that's actually what I'm saying. I feel like it allowed for Coffee to kind of raise above, because we weren't able to talk about her. You see what I'm saying? It was kind of like, oh well. And again, it was easy. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like for me, it made it easier, because Hustle didn't want to be talked about, so we didn't even talk about there are a lot of people who had Hustle winning that battle.
But I'm gonna say this though.
I wasn't aware that we were even going to use the incomplete battle.
But I'm gonna say this because just like with champion of the year, you had somebody like Bill. Bill didn't say he didn't want to be discussed in champion of the year, but they still put him on the list. I feel like just going forward, if y'all feel somebody need to make the list, throw them on the list, whether they say so or not. What can they really do? Is like because then you don't want to have it to be like a cop out or anything like that. If this the best rappers of the year, this is the best rappers of the year. Period. Now Yoshi, would she have made my list? Probably not, to be honest. I honestly, you know what I think it is, and I'm gonna be keeping a bean. A lot of times when niggas say they don't want to be on the list, especially like the females, I just think it's chicks who wasn't gonna make the top 10 anyway. So because you probably figure you wasn't gonna make the top 10, you rather not go out bad. Instead of going out bad, you just say don't include me and shit like that. So that shit like a cop out.
Like I said, I totally feel that would have put Hustle without that battle. That would have put Hustle with one battle. So again, with the way the women thought about it, well, I mean, we can't even talk about it anyway if we're not going to use that battle. But the fact that we did use the battle, it was used and it was kind of put in a light where, hey, we can speak about the fact that she beat the woman, or she had the battle with the woman to beat. For me, which I was just shout out to the Clubhouse I was a part of, where they were interviewing Trez 2 times and them over there at the UOD, I'm sorry. They had Trez and they had Cali Smooth up there, and just talking about Cali battle rap. When I first met Coffee, that was her aspiration. She said, hey, I was told that I put the work in, I do what I got to do, I take the smoke, I don't run from it, and I get in there and do my job. I will get hustle. She got hustle.
But see, the thing
See
is,
what I'm saying? So for me, go ahead.
I can't give her credit for getting the hustle because the battle didn't finish. It was nasty. And my thing is, you cannot give somebody credit for a battle they ain't complete. That's to me, it's damn near like choking. It's like you can't give her that battle
Right.
because we didn't have an outcome. First of all, the way the battle looked to begin with was nasty. So it's like whether they would have completed the battle or not, that battle was so piss poor and terrible. There is no way I feel like you could really gave that battle to anybody as a winner. That was like all around a loss. She lost the 2-on-2. Okay, she got so then you had a T-top battle, which technically you can call it a win or a loss depending on how you feel. Because if you go by caffeine vote, she lost. If you go by the app vote, she won. But that's not a clear cut win. Okay, so then you have the other battle that she had, which was against Caution. Caution's not top level competition. Let's keep it a bean here. So when you look against like somebody like 40, who smoked Casey, who was number 2 for Woman of the Year last year, and who was looking to be up there this year, and then she beat Loso, who smoked Vixen, who was the WOTY. Like that right there, and you talk about impact. Having drama to me is an impact. Like people get beefing with motherfuckers on Twitter every day is not impact to me. Impact is like when people speak about you in the culture because of like what do you do? What are you moving in the culture besides just beefing on Twitter? Like what do you have going on outside of the culture? Like 40 when they got her a caffeine show that was popping. She out here making moves. She out here selling stuff, selling clothes, all types of things. What is Coffee doing besides having drama with people that made her?
Well, okay, but and that's true. That's impact. You do realize that the first event of the year that Persivia was supposed to be on, she co-produced and coordinated that event for Queen of the Ring.
Oh yeah, she did, and she did that Queen of the Ring event down here in Atlanta. Also,
Yep.
That's what
yeah,
I'm
she
talking
sponsored
about.
that. Yeah,
And it was a damn good event.
yeah, that was a fire event. I ain't gonna hold you.
But you can't give her
So,
like when you
I
want to give her
mean,
credit for
again,
headlining. She's only headlining because of hustle. So she only headlined that event because of hustle. Let's keep it a bean.
I don't
Well, I know for
necessarily
me, it
agree with
was
that.
either C3. It was either C3 or 40. It was for me. It was either C3 or 40.
It was
I'm
C3.
sorry. Coffee for me did not give no. Didn't give no Wody. She didn't get no Wody championship type of work, in my opinion.
Like you can't remember that her
But
bars.
she
I don't
had a pretty
know
good.
what moments did she have that you can remember? Because like the most stuff you remember from that T-Top battle is T-Top talking about her kids. You don't really remember anything that Coffee said. So people like when she said have moments are things that you remember that come in second nature. Like when Rock had a seatbelt. That's a moment. Like people get moments confused with just having good battles. Having a good battle isn't a moment.
Can can I give you what I guess the impression that a few of us got watching the panel, wing? And again, this is just the impression
Yeah.
from watching. For the most part, I think there were what, 2 additions to the panel this year? Were there 2
Yes.
new additions to the panel? It was mostly the same. Okay. The impression that a few of us
Yes.
got, because we did a watch party we watched it on Discord. And the impression that we got was that there was not going to be any type of similar heated discussion like it was last year amongst the top 5 and mainly amongst the top 2. So we got the impression that in order to cut down some of the confusion, that it was just going to be an easy discussion when picking 1 and 2. So it wasn't necessarily a 1 to 2 hour discussion amongst 1 and 2 when you were choosing WOTY. So it was just an easy transition in order to pick who WOTY was. Like that was the impression that we got, that it wasn't going to be a long-winded discussion between 1 and 2. So when 3 was picked and someone picked 1, it was just okay, well that's fine because we're not going to have this long-winded discussion, and it wasn't going to be necessarily like I said, a long-winded discussion. That's the impression that we got. It was. Now I'm not saying that that's what happened.
It was rushed.
That's what we felt, because last year it was an in-depth conversation. It was picked apart. It was thought about. It was considered. It was dissected. But this year it was like, well, okay, that's fine. That's the impression that we got watching that live.
Can I say something real quick?
Ray, what's going on, my brother?
Go right ahead.
Okay. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about what the caffeine votes did, what the app votes did. What did you see? Before these votes was invented, we went by what the hell we heard, what we saw, and what we wrote down.
And what we
Let's get into some panel. Let's get into some panel and shit for a minute. You should not be swayed by the votes of other people to make your decision on something as important as this.
Thank you.
If you're sitting up here talking about, well, the caffeine votes had this person winning, but the app votes had this person winning, but I got a relationship with this person, so I'm going to go with this person. You don't need to be sitting on the panel.
Get them niggas right.
Knowledge.
Talk
this is
to
not about
me.
the caffeine knowledge. This is not about the app knowledge. This is about your knowledge.
Get them niggas right.
That's what I'm talking about.
The thing that trips me out and makes my head hurt is that people made this way more harder than it has to be. And when I was talking to Wing behind the scenes, Wing let me know. She said we came in there with notes. Lola came in there prepared. Shout out to Lo. She said Dude came in there prepared. Shout out to Dude. Wing, we sat up there and we was sparring with you. I was sparring with you at 7-something in the morning while I was at work. So this whole notion of, we need to go off of the caffeine votes. No, we need to go off of the app votes. Fuck the app votes and the caffeine votes. None of that shit exists. It never been that accurate. We done seen, I don't know how many times we done seen after an event when the caffeine votes come in and everybody disagreed with the caffeine votes. We don't know how many times we done sat up there, people that went to the app and said, I'm not seeing how this person is winning on the app when he clearly lost the battle, and everybody said, well, it's a popularity contest. So why in the hell is y'all sitting on the panel still going off of apps and caffeine votes? Now, for the whole thing about the one rounders, the reason why I feel like the ladies need to be judged for one rounders is because, number one, the ladies is not getting booked that much.
Okay.
So I feel like that you should give the ladies more to work with if they're taking one round battles, because we're not getting to see the ladies that much. So you should be able to make one rounders important for the ladies, not for the men, because for the ladies, most of the ladies do only battle 2 to 3 times a year, where somebody else on this side that's a man, and it can be even a lower tier man, he battling 10 times a year. Because there's way more competition. The thing that I'm also not getting, and I will never understand, is 40 Bars is a legend in this. Miss Hustle is a legend in this. A win versus a man should not be more than if you went up against one of them ladies, one of them bricklayers, to get you over the top.
Talk to these niggas, right?
That's all I'm gonna say. And now I'm about to log back off and finish eating my damn food and finish watching from the background. But that's all I wanted to say.
Ray, I'm glad you brought that up, Ray, because when we talk about wins, 40 beat Loso. Loso was in the top 10 for champion of the year. Fuck tiers, fuck all this shit. When we want to talk about shit tiers and who was the best rappers in the world, 40 Bars beat with what one of y'all consider the best rappers in the world. T-Top was not in the top 10. So when they tried to count that T-Top battle with so much and all this, 40 actually won her battle clear. She beat a top 5 female clear. She is 40 Bars. And I think it's
my whole personal opinion is T-Top shouldn't have never been on the list to begin with.
Yeah. I didn't think T-Top should have made the top 20 either, to be honest, because T-Top ain't winning. It's supposed to be about wins and losses. Okay. People try
the
to
biggest moment T-Top had was against Mike P, and it was because of Anderson Burris.
Yeah. But and the thing is this, right? They try to sweep that 2-on-2 under the rug, and I was in the building for that 2-on-2 because like motherfuckers, we be in these streets. I was in the building for that 2-on-2, and it was a body. When I tell you it was a body, it was one of them two. It was one of them one round bodies with equivalent to Loso and Briz. If you would have been in that room, you'd have felt that motherfucker shake. And you would have seen the look on their face and how dejected they were. They couldn't believe it. They were trying to get them called time on them motherfuckers. They was out there looking on that.
All I'm saying is if Yoshi G stood across from 40 Bars or Miss Hustle last year, those battles should be way more important than if Yoshi G stood across from fucking Bill Collector. Why? It's because she is standing across from one of her peers, one of the people that made the path for her to even be there and be standing there. That's all I'm saying. When you want to sit up here and try to make it seem like that battling, and again, we talking about equality for women. So if you trying to make it seem like it's worth more for a woman to battle a man versus battling her contemporary, her peers, her goats, her queens, her bricklayers, you doing way too much. Then there's no purpose to even have a separate award. You might as well go ahead and line all the ladies up to be a part of the man's panel, and then people will be pissed when only one of us go make the damn list and not even possibly go even make top 15.
But I'll say this also. I feel like when you judging women battlers, I actually think it doesn't matter if they battle a male or a female. It should be matter about the tier across the board, because some male battlers are low tiers that are way lower than the female battlers. So honestly, if you battle a 40, that's a certain level. If you battle a Loso, that's a certain level. If you battle Jack Smo off the corner, it's a certain level. It really should just be like, this is my quality of opponent. It don't matter if they male, female, black, blue, or green. if you have a top level opponent, whether it be male or female, it should count the same across the board.
At the end of the
I
day, it's
agree.
this. And I'm gonna say this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna leave it at that. If you feel too uncomfortable to critique your friend, if you feel you're too uncomfortable to critique your friend because they're not going to give you an interview after that, or they're going to be mad at you or blast you on Twitter after that, don't do no more panels.
Shit.
I holla.
Ray up here talking fast. Why Ray come in here talking this truth?
But I say this though, because when you look at the panels and you look at the thing that's going on, you gotta keep it a beam. And what happens is a lot of people get swayed by these arguments and these schematics, and then you go back and look at it and you're like, damn, I had the wool pulled over my eyes. Because you sit here and he's like, damn, she only battled twice before June, then she disappeared from the face of the earth and came back with that bullshit ass battle. Then y'all trying to give her credit for a battle that didn't even get finished. Like, that's when you gotta look at it and say what makes sense, what doesn't make sense.
Go ahead.
So too, it makes stuff look a little spooky because from what y'all looking at, it's making it look like that woman took half the year off and she did better than you motherfuckers that had y'all foot on the gas the whole motherfucking year. Is that true?
And what I don't like is how some people discredit the C3 talk. Oh, she didn't battle on caffeine. It's like the same bullshit they put on the champion when they do the champion of the year. When they say, "Oh, if it ain't happening on URL," I hate that shit because it's about who you battle and if you won or lost. That's what battle rap is. I hate when motherfuckers say, "Oh, it's about this." No, it's winning or losing. If you out here losing, that's why I don't like this whole when you say a nigga had a better resume. Fuck your resume. If you had Lux, Mook, Geechee, Surf, and you lost to all them niggas, I don't care if you had all them niggas on your resume, you lost. Lost, nigga.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what I like about my sister Wing. My sister Wing was setting traps that night, and she didn't think nobody was catching what her slick ass was doing, but I seen you. Because when they got out there and they were talking about, and she got on the left because I caught her ass. When they were sitting there and they were talking about caution, and they were talking about Caution's battles, and they were talking about how Caution had this battle here and this battle there. She said, "Oh, okay, then because that," and then she stopped because she knew they were gonna pull that same shit when it got to C3, and she was waiting to see how that shit was gonna play out. But see, with Caution, it's a different story because Caution is I ain't gonna say that.
Caution ain't win either. Caution lost all them fucking battles. Let's keep it up.
That ain't the point. That ain't the point, though. But Caution is with a hitter, but C3 is just out here with C3. Look, are we ready for that conversation? Do I need to leave that alone? Slate, do I need to leave that alone? Do I need to leave that? See, my sister Wing was
the WOTY recap. Good, bad, the ugly.
You can talk to the crowd. You can talk to the crowd.
I'm just saying because see, I guess if you were a hitter, it's okay. I'm just saying, I guess if you were one of them hitters of smacks, it's okay to take these battles off of URL where it don't count and don't matter, and Queen of the Ring where it don't count and don't matter. But if you out here trying to make your name on your own and you out here grinding and hustling and doing what you do because it's your fucking profession, no matter where the battle comes from, no matter where the bag comes from, and you out here doing what your name says that you do, which is a battle rapper, no matter what league it's on, a battle's a battle. It must be a different situation. And when they found out that shit that they were in that hole, it was just, well, let's skip over C3's name and get this damn shit done because they realized that the trap had been set and they had fell into the shit. Wing thinks she's slick. I caught what the hell you was doing, Wing. I love you for that.
If 40 beat Coffee, you better just hand 40 her woman of the year next year because I don't want to hear shit. Because that had 40 beating your woman of the year and 40 beating a legend and QB. And 40 better get her just due. Because 40 got robbed.
And she beat the face from last year. So
40 no damn face last year. Stop that shit. Casey was no damn face. That was some drunk smack shit.
So making moves majors, a lady that battles a lower tier smack rapper, does it count more than a jazz or a 40?
Fuck no.
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 Man.
What
Jazz
it
and 40
for me,
are
here's my
legends,
thing.
respectfully.
Here's my thing about women with men battles. I understand Nicho said as far as equality goes, it's easy to say that in a male dominant, but this is a male dominated sport. So while we do look for the equality in this, we wouldn't be having to keep having these conversations about C3 and 1 round battles, or meaning more, or for her, because she's battling men and women. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's 1 round battles or not. There is a whole, you know what I mean? It's a lot of politics involved in battle rap, unfortunately. So what I look at when I think of male battles, I feel like where a 40 and a jazz sit at the top of the mountain, of course, that's impactful as shit. But when you in against one of these, I wouldn't say lower tier battlers from URL, if they are URL and they're being main staged or pushed or whatever for a woman, they true win because of the status of what battle rap is right now. You see what I'm saying? So yes, they should. It is the objective for a woman to get to a jazz, a 40, a hustle, you know what I mean, an official, a Gaddis, and all of these women who pay the way. It is a Shuni, a Farah. It is all of these women's duties to, and that's in no order, but it is, they need to have those women on their record. As for the men, should have a Mook, a Hollow, a Lux, you know what I mean, a Disaster, all these men, a Arsenal, all these men, it's required. It is required. However, for a woman, unfortunately, they are looked at as the end of WNBA. If the WNBA comes over to the NBA and they start battling these niggas on the balling with these niggas on the NBA and they're winning, is that not more a victorious win for those women?
See, you out here talking logical. I don't know why you keep doing this shit.
I'm
I don't know
sorry.
why
I'm sorry. Motherfuckers better start listening with their ears and not their eyes. At the end of the day, I'm just saying. Okay, so it shouldn't, but yep, they did feel Casey beating Pep had more weight than her loss to 40 and former. That's a see, and again, that battle was anticipated for the upcoming year. That was anticipated for the upcoming year.
The thing
So
is,
that loss meant a lot, because that said right there between Vixen and between Vixen and Casey, who was better? If Casey clearly beat Vixen, it would have been damn. That motherfucker was supposed to be WOTY. She is the woman of the year to beat this year. Smack said, "Oh, Casey is the face of the female face of URL." Let me say this too before I forget, and we get into something else. Going back to what Marcella said, and Ray, what they were saying as far as app votes and things like that. Here's another thing that I believe, y'all. Oh, if you paid attention to my facial expressions, but there was a time when that app vote came up the very first time. These are things that you have to learn to do and not to do in this culture sometimes, because some things hurt you more than help you. And I know with my affiliations with RBE, had I said, fuck them app votes and fuck that, whatever, I would have been looked at. Somebody would have said, "Oh, Winged is RBE, so she biased to URL anyway,"
Mm-hmm.
and my credibility would have been shot.
You are correct.
It's a lot of uphill battles that sometimes we have to face in going to these panels. Was I scared? No, because I didn't feel at the time that was happening. I really didn't feel like that was a big deal to really offset what the contribution that I was bringing. So it really didn't matter to me. Like I said, there were things that I felt accountability wise that I should have done better, but at the same time, well, and more so when it came to 5 and up. I hate that people felt that was rushed. I think there may have been a sense of fighting an uphill battle that didn't seem to be winnable. Not that it was, it again, when people felt like the goalpost was being moved, Marcella said I was setting traps. That's what we're there for. The way we set up shows, a lot of times when guests come on and we do different things, this is what I love about the art of debate. And this is why Black wanted women that knew how to debate. We set traps and debates all the time. I love that shit. Call me Saw. Yes, I love that shit. It's not really about trickery. It's about, let me back you in this corner. And with me and Lo, it was playful. You know what I mean? Because like I told the nigga, you ducked me with that Vixen versus Swamp and that that Vixen versus DNA and that Swamp versus Casey. You know what I mean? I felt like, all right, this our round too. So it was fun. And although there were technical things, I tried to take it as seriously, and I know a lot of the ladies tried to take it as seriously as possible. And with mistakes that were made, and I call them mistakes. Things we shouldn't have made. We shouldn't, or I won't say we, but I will say as a collective, because if they have to take the, bear the bullet, I do too. But with the mistakes that were made, shouldn't have been so highly weighed on what someone said. So just as well as, like I said, if you're a friend of somebody, you shouldn't do this. Just as well as if you might be afraid or a little intimidated by someone coming at you or don't have thicker skin, you shouldn't take what they say so low. Yes, Hustle was upset about certain things or whatever. But like I said, I flip that just as well as she's ready to blame certain people. I have to put that blame on her too, because I feel like I was disappointed because it didn't allow us to glorify you in a sense, and it didn't allow us to really combat the fact of this battle that we added for Coffee Brown.
I'm gonna say this real quick because I gotta get ready to step up because I got work in the morning. But I'm gonna say this: all these people that criticize the panel or anybody on it, shut the fuck up. Especially if you didn't contribute, because I see a lot of people up here crying about the panel, crying about Women of the Year, crying about this and that. And then when you look at it, the number of people that actually contributed and actually put something down on it is crickets. So don't come. So all these people that want to throw all these motherfucking rocks at the house, and their house is made of glass themselves, I don't want to hear it. Because if you couldn't even put up $5, you shouldn't be fixing your mouth to criticize none of these ladies. The fact is, they took time out of their days, their lives, from their families to come out here and debate. You might agree, you might not. That's what battle rap is. Half time, a lot of us don't agree with shit. I had a different list than some of these people. Some people had a different list. We talk about these things, we discuss them. But for anybody that's out here disrespecting any of these ladies, you full of shit, you's a sucker, and most of y'all don't come outside anyway. And I'm always outside. Y'all have a good night. God bless you.
God bless you, my brother. Well, this is me, and this is just how I look at things, and I look at things different, and I really don't give a shit who looks at it differently. But it's like this. When I paid attention to the conversation between about caution, I noticed something. I noticed multiple people around that table kept saying, well, caution can be taken off the list if it was me. That conversation, that statement was made 3 times by 2 or 3 different people, but it was made 3 different times. And it was like the people that were talking to that champion panel and that champion screen in the back, because that shit never was it. Nobody never did say shit about it. But when Shuni got taken off the list, hot damn if that shit wasn't talked about. We could talk about that. When E Hart's name was talked about, hot damn if that shit wasn't talked about. But when Caution's name was mentioned to be taken off of this list, nobody said shit. I mean, nobody wasn't saying boo to a goddamn goose about this damn thing. And I couldn't figure out what and then it clicked. It clicked. You can't get rid of somebody that's with a gun up a spot. Why do I keep saying that shit? Damn, just shut the fuck up. Shit. My bad. I'm sorry. But I mean, you pay attention to certain shit. Certain shit is just fucking obvious. And if you're gonna be that fucking obvious, just come out and say what the shit is. But, and this is another thing that I can say, it's fine for a female who doesn't primarily battle on Smack or Queen of the Ring to be able to have a spot on WOTY and to be able to be kept on the spot without anybody saying anything. But when we talk about Cody and somebody named no, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm sorry. Leave that alone.
I was
Does anybody
told
see the fucking
certain panelists? Well, let me say this because I was told by a certain panelist, in defense of Caution, whether she fucks with me or don't, but that she understands that it's a sport. And in her mind, all I ask is that you be fair. So for her individually, I can say she understood what would happen at the end of the day. Her job was, hey, I want to get to caffeine. I'm going to do my work and I'm going to get there. That was what her goal was in terms of showing that she's approved, showing that she's better than what she's been all, for the last over 10 years that she's battled. I felt like she did that. Like I said, I could take nothing from her. However, what the females that end up in this WOTY discussion, whether it's a top 10, top 20, top 15, whatever, the women kept saying, hey, we need a top 15. We need this. No, we really don't, because it's hard enough to get through 10. You know what I mean? This year we did a little different. Last year, I knew I wasn't crazy because I kept saying, well, she was in the top 20. They were like, no, we did the top 10. She was top 10 last year. Okay, but no, we had a top 20, and whether she was placed at higher or whatever, we still ended up with a list. I recall a list of 20 women, whether they were honorable mentions or not. We ended up we had a list of 20 women, and we narrowed it down to 10 to 5, 5 to 3, and 2 to 1, or something like that. But I take nothing, and I kept saying that, I take nothing from Caution. But again, when you are being critiqued on different points, and that top 10 spot is where we start from, we got to start that off with a blast in terms of who we're actually looking at. Her losses really mattered. Her material really mattered. Her frequency was high. Yeah, I think she had like 17 battles or something like that.
Yes.
But at the same time, how many did you win? You know, I'm being told that she beat Rio Nicosi. I'm being told that, which I don't know who saw that battle, but that wasn't true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, I had 9, and somebody said 17. So again, the frequency, how often she battled, and the number of battles. I didn't go by the 17, but I was still like, okay, that's not what I counted. She had Prestivia, she had Fly King Eye, she had Miami, she had Robin, she had Rio, Coffee, Fendi, Yoshi, and Jade. They said that her Jade battle was debatable, which I did not have it debatable.
No.
They said, well, they
They
couldn't
said that
refute the
she
Yoshi
beat.
battle because
And
the
didn't they
Coffee
say that
battle
she
she
lost
lost.
to?
The battle she won. I had Robin. I had Robin beating her as well,
Yep.
saying, did she not choke in the third and was stumbling, was not clean in the second? Her first
I
was
seen your
great.
look when that
They talked
comment was
about
when they said that she lost to Robin. Yep.
and yeah, that part. And then Prestavia. So if we look at the win-loss ratio, her losses to her wins, she had more losses than she had wins in my book. But
Popularity
again,
contest,
that
man.
wasn't what it was for other women.
It's popularity contest,
Huh?
Wing. It's a popularity contest, man. I'm telling you, we're tired of seeing it. We're really tired of seeing it. Your work ethic is what's going to speak the most out of everything as far as 2022 goes. Everything counts. Better get you some YouTube work. You know what I'm saying? If you go
I
on
got
one
a
of these
question.
leagues and just smoke, that's it too.
I got a question now because we're seeing the evolution of not just female battle rap, but battle rap in general. You know, shout out to EFM, shout out to Tizzy Gang. You're seeing these groups emerge on Twitter, and now you're seeing the evolution and of these Twitter space battles. Are they going to hold any weight when it comes to Cody and Wody next year?
Yes.
I mean, in my opinion, they should
Well,
because you're
that's
seeing.
where
Go ahead.
Rio Nicosi was a virtual battle, right?
Right.
Yep.
There's your answer.
Because I mean, you're seeing people like Rainfire Moon. I don't know how familiar you are with her. You're seeing Rock Lee, you know, for the
Yes, I
female.
love her.
And then, you
I
know,
love
you
her.
look at the
Yep.
males, you're seeing Appa just got Appa, and I can't think of who else it was. Males got a look on KOTD this past weekend. Like you're seeing these people emerge from the spaces. Tizzy Gang has 3 battlers themselves, you know, shameful plug if necessary. We got the the current Fight Club champion, Wordsmith. We have another young brother named Emery Forbes. We have the guy for you know, one of the owners from UBL South in Boss J. You know, they're starting to emerge out of the space, you know, the space movement. So my question is, if it's a battle, be it virtual, be it in face or whatever, if a person is coming with 1 round or 3 rounds of material and it's done in public and it's being deemed win or lost, is that work going to be credited? Because in my opinion, it should be.
Yes. Shout out Tizzy Gang.
I agree.
Everything counts, Marcellus.
Thank
Everything
you.
counts, brother.
Everything counts. Hashtag it only counts on YouTube. My pettiness.
Everything counts, bro. Because it's at this point, if you go into a spaces or you're having a virtual battle, it's documented, meaning somebody can go back and watch it and or listen to it. It counts. You got your boots, smitted, it is smoked and all that. Yeah, it's documented. It definitely counts. We're not doing that. Oh man, that was that battle. It don't count. Another thing that's gonna stop folks from taking their lyrics from a virtual battle or a spaces battle because you feel like it don't count and you want to throw it into a regular face-to-face battle. Yeah, that counts too. Recycling counts too. We're stopping all the bullshit. Let everybody do their job. We as media, we're trying to do our job. Y'all jumping on folk back. Y'all disrespected them females all in the comments that night while they had WOTY playing and all of that. Let's get back to the basics then. So now when we take all the personal out of it, since that's what everybody's doing, take all the personal out of it, and you go on strictly off a person's skill set and what boxes that they're checking, what does it leave now? Let alone if from some of the stuff that I've been reading tonight, folks talking about something, it shouldn't be no WOTY. It should just be Cody altogether. And you smack them together, dude's going to be in a lot of trouble because y'all wouldn't win a lot.
Well, I mean, but see, this is my whole. I agree with that. If you want to go off of that, that's fine. But you're hamstringing the females because the females don't get that many plates. And when you do that, if they did get that many plates, and if it was evened out, a lot of these damn men wouldn't be ranked to begin with. Now, and that's just fucking facts. You already don't want to give, and you know, and I know who Wing's affiliation with is. I don't have affiliation with nobody. You don't want to give RBE battlers any credit. You don't want to give KOTD battlers any credit. So, I mean, what the fuck are we going to do? Like, what are we doing here? Mac Myron had for 2 years straight has been putting his damn work in, and you don't want to give him any fucking credit. Now that Bill Collector is out here basically running shit on KOTD, what you gonna do for him next year? Saint didn't get no type of fucking respect, hardly got any respect last year. He won the Grand Prix, and you didn't want to give him any fucking credit. A Ward has the audacity to be a white boy and tell URL to kiss his white ass, and you don't want to give him any fucking props. And that's why you don't want to give it to him. And then the people that you do give props on URL, half of them, let alone sell tickets, half of them damn men couldn't sell pussy on the troop train. Now, these are just fucking facts.
We're not even going to talk about how they did ill will. We ain't going to talk about how we doing.
No, 12! Fucking 12!
Don't even talk about how they did ill will, bro.
Fucking 12! That's some straight bullshit. And then when you ask the question to people that's on the fucking panel, how does ill will get ranked? Well, you have to look at it because I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Who did he battle last year? Okay, you tell him who he battled. Well, does that have the impact of an easy to block captain? Or does that have the impact of a chess? Or no, but it damn sure has the impact of a fucking New Jersey twerk who fucking choked the motherfucker.
It's crazy though, bro. Like if you allow people to get in these spaces all day, like they ain't got nothing else better to do and control the narrative, stuff like that will happen. Oh, facts. They did do Dre Dennis bad. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that will happen. Give everybody their flowers out here, bro. It looks a whole lot different. WOTY and Cody, if everybody take their whole little, I like this person but don't like this person. Oh, they battled over here, so it don't count over here. It was still a battle. Words were still said. You know what I'm saying? It was still a battle. It happened. Everything counts. We're killing this narrative this year all the way. Y'all not gonna do C3 the way y'all did.
It only counts on YouTube
next year. We're not doing it no more. Get your YouTube game up. Get your YouTube game up.
And I just seen this. Bill is Midnight Madness. They'll take care of him. You know, let's see how that works. Let's see how Midnight Madness plays into the narrative that it only counts on URL. Bullshit. By the way, that was a fire ass fucking battle. Ill Will and Reed Dollars. That shit was fucking. That whole fucking card was fire.
Yes, it was.
ARP is
Just have to
like
pay some bills a little bit.
yo, yo,
Yes.
yo. Kizzy Gang has did a watch along of that whole event, and I'm convinced that that damn battle right there was yo. My verse said, "Kiss her ass." she can. She said she can
Fools.
fucking rap.
Mo.
And I don't know where
I
Coogee and Bob,
can
I don't know where
rap.
Coogee went to, but Coogee, salute to Coogee, that yo, him and Bonnie, they did their thing too. Like this was a good weekend for battle rap. It really was. And these leagues
It
are
really was.
showing that you don't have to be a top premier league in order to have fire battles. It's not
It only
necessary.
counts on YouTube.
It,
Rain Hoops. Do you think there should be a
Listen, so
quarterly check-in with top fives? Don't MBS do that? MBS does
I
that.
think they do. I think
I
they
think
do.
they do. I think so. We will definitely start doing that on the show. Shout out to
I
Rain.
like that.
Shout out to Rain.
Thank
Rain, you
you.
may need to come up here and that be a little segment that us. That'd be pretty dope. To kind of start that off. I feel like that, not for nothing. I kind of thought that last year. But again, with the ramp up of Brick by Brick, it was kind of hard for me to do that. But I got my guys and Marcellus as our special co-host, honorary co-host, that can facilitate these things for me. So yeah, I think Rain, hell yeah, I think you need to come up here, sick and all the gang. Y'all come up here and do that for the men and the women. I think that would be dope for the men and the women, and kind of have these conversations as they go into WOTY and Cody. You know what I mean? So I think that would be kind of dope to do, so that it's not so at the end of the year. Because to me, I mean, I know that the battlers obviously remember who they battle, and there are some enthusiasts that remember every single battle, every single place. I made a comment. Let me ask y'all this, because as we were talking about E Hart and putting E Hart in the running, how did y'all feel? And I think I said this to some of the guys as we were sparring. I feel like it's a job of media to do our due diligence to make sure that the people are aware of these battles. It was said that that's the battler's job to promote so that we know. Well, I saw the battle. I mean, as far as the promotion for E Hart and Enes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything
So
goes hand in hand.
Is this the conversation, Wing,
I
or is
felt that
this
way
the
too.
comment? Is this the comment that was made when someone said, "With that"? I think it was you that said, "Well, that's media's fault because we're not." And you were corrected by saying, "Wait a minute, this isn't media. It's also the bat and such were involved." Is this the comment you're referring to?
Right.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything goes
So
hand in hand.
I said, well, I feel like it's partially media's fault that nobody knew about that battle, or that there was no hype around that battle. I didn't really feel like it mattered where the hype was. It's Enes. It's E fucking Ness.
Agreed.
Hype
Agreed.
or no hype, it's fucking Enes.
And can we stop with the legend disrespect? Can we please stop that? Because
What you
I
mean?
like when did we get to this point in time in battle rap history or in history in general where we have legends that that help build this shit, that help lay foundations for this shit, and we just started shitting all over legacies and just disrespecting their names, excuse me, for what the fuck that they've done for the culture. Like
Mm.
in this year alone, we are in March. In this year alone, I've seen disrespect for Enes. I've seen disrespect for Averb. I've seen disrespect for Mook. I've seen disrespect for Lux. I've seen disrespect for Hitman. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And don't get me wrong. Yes, Easy the Block Captain is a tremendous talent. Yes, Chess is a tremendous talent. Yes, Ill Will. Yes, Miss Hustle. Yes, all of these people are tremendous talents. But when the fuck did we start just disrespecting legends and disrespecting people who help? Like they haven't done this shit. Like what the fuck is wrong with the battle rap culture?
You talk,
Where the
Marcellus.
fuck are we at?
You talking about as far as battlers, or you talking about as far as fans, media?
I'm
What?
talking fans. I'm talking
Man.
fans.
Okay.
I'm talking fans have gotten to the point that we have, and I consider like I'm trying to cross that line into media, but right now the fans just have me pissed off, let alone some media. Like, but at the same time, I'm looking towards media, not all, but some, and that's one of the. See, Wing just tried to set me up right there because I see, Wing laying trap. But what I'm saying is, some media is allowing this shit to take place, and I don't understand it.
There we go,
And
sicko. It's a new era, bruh. We burning everything down, bro. We burning that. You got to scorch the earth to build anew, as they say.
but it's something. See, Wayne got this picture sitting in front of me. She's got as bait, and I'm trying not to take the bait. I'm trying not to take the bait.
Nah. We gotta talk about this. That's gonna be a good card.
It is going to be a good card, but and that right there, that's the one that I can't call. That Av versus Danny. That's the one that I can't call.
We're
But
segueing. Yes, we are segueing.
that's going to be fire. That Calico chest is going to be fire.
Let's talk about it.
Where you want to see that?
Yeah.
Taz got 2 battles lined up. He's supposed to be battling Snake Eyes too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
okay. We can get to that.
Well, hold up, because I thought it was 3. Snake Eyes was already supposed to be done. Damn. I got so many notes running around here. It's ridiculous. Somebody just said to me about battle. Damn.
He said Cal
Tez is supposed to be battling. Somebody is supposed to be battling him. He's double booked, like 2 weeks apart.
No.
Oh my God.
I need him to be focused for this Snake Eyes battle, man.
Right. So if Snake Eyes has not happened, hold on. If I'm correct, I was told that Tez not only supposed to be battling Snake Eyes, if it did not happen, he's supposed to be battling Twerk at Midnight Madness 2 weeks prior to or before that.
I smell a setup. But
yeah, Snake has Twerk. That's right. I know Snake has Twerk. That's right.
Does somebody smell a setup?
Okay, so wait a minute.
Yeah, Snake has Cortez, then he has Twerk. That's the way that's supposed to be. Cortez doesn't have Twerk. Snake Eyes has.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoever gave me that information, God damn it. Yeah.
They might have had it. They might have had it switched around, but yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Snake Eyes has Cortez, and then 2 weeks later he has Twerk. But the Any Given Sunday card, what are those battles again? It's Av and Danny, Cortez, not Cortez, but Calico and Ches, Surf and Twerk. Isn't there enough? Yeah, that one.
Av and Danny. I'm not going against Danny right now. I think he has learned from what happened last year. I can't. You know what, Marcellus? I'm like you on this one, bro. I can't pick a battle. I can't pick who going to win on this one because Av know what time it is with this. He know what time it is with this. especially with the last couple of battles that he had. He needs the clear W over Danny Myers. So I can't.
How soon is Danny's Prestavia battle?
How soon
Does
is that?
anybody know that? See, this is the shit that Danny be
my
doing
Lord.
to me. This is what Danny does to me every fucking year. And then he just battled Lil Slap's little ass, who was up there in damn band
And I
cussing.
heard that he got jumped and he lost. They said he got jumped and he lost.
They said what wasn't what?
Yeah,
That Little Slap and his homeboys jumped him in the battle and that he lost.
Oh hell.
Oh nah, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. No.
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no way.
Boy. Ain't no way.
Let me find out Lil Slap's ass be there.
Nah, we not letting that go through.
Yo.
Nah.
Yeah, Lil Slap had his ass up there and band calling Mike P a bitch. I seen that shit. He like, you's a bitch. I mean, look at him cussing. Look at him.
He was cussing?
But no, yeah. And then you go back and watch that battle. Mike P, Geechee was like, you's a bitch. And then you look back at Lil Slap like, yeah, you's a bitch.
Nasty work.
I said, oh shit. I said, Mike, no, you've lost in all aspects of life. When a little kid calling you a bitch, man, just rethink shit. Just go rethink some shit, man.
Right. Go rethink your life. Go be a father.
But no, going back to the card, it's hard for me to call it, but shit. It's a big stage battle.
I was just about to say that. Let's not forget it's a big stage.
Scary anywhere.
I'm from VA, so I'm from VA. I got Av 2-1.
Then you're gonna pull the I'm from VA card, knowing I'm
sorry. I was talking about Cortez. No. I was talking about Cortez as it pertains to it being a big stage battle.
I know.
I'm scared for Cortez.
What do you mean Av can't do nothing with Danny? What's that Mac leader? Av can't do nothing with Danny. What you mean? What you mean Av can't do? Av can do a lot with Danny. Pause if necessary. But Av can do a lot with Danny. Av can punch Danny's head off if he's on his shit. Now, don't be disrespecting my VA brother like that.
That's gonna be a good ass battle, bro.
It is. It's gonna be fire as fuck.
Battle, bro.
I know that they're not finished with the card, so I wanted to kind of do a light, a light talk about it. Get up to
Chess
it.
versus Calico, though. The young
Make
guy.
A move, let me get to that. I'm gonna get to that. When we get to that battle, I'm gonna talk about that. Don't worry. I got you. What was you saying, Slave? I'm sorry.
I was talking about young shoebox money versus young cake life chess. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That is gonna be one of them ones. I'm wondering if it's gonna be a bar fest, or is Calico gonna go in there and like bully him? I kind of see that happening a little bit.
I don't know that he can bully Chess. I don't think that Calico really bullies, more than just more of a straight talk. You know what he's about, finessing type, swagger type on him, type of, let me talk to you, bro, little bro. He'll, it's not a sunning type dude, because he's the young I'm with all the smoke. I'm intelligent enough to know, but Calico, I will kick your motherfucking ass talking shit to me.
When I mean like bullying, I mean like a light version of what happened with him and Pat Stay as far as performance wise.
Nah. That'll never happen. That'll never happen. They do respect one another, but that Pat Stay shit, that was more so, you know, some shit that had happened with Marv and Pat Stay, and that was kind of like a
Nigga, that was
talk to
Patron.
me the way
That's
you
what
talk to my
that was Patron. That's
Detroit
what
brethren.
that was.
Nah, this is more of a let's take this out type deal.
So this gonna be a bar fest then. Okay.
This is what I see. I see Chess coming out.
Ab doesn't have enough attributes.
I'm trying to look over that wing. I really am. I'm trying, but just because yo,
that shit go. Smoke some weed. Let that shit go.
I'm letting it go. But no, when we get to with Chess, with Chess and Cal, to me, I don't think that anybody can do what Calico does. Calico does it so well. Right. Calico, in my opinion, is the best pure rapper that battle raps. And that's the best way that I can put that. Calico can take and go into he tells a story in his battles. And he does it in a way that most people don't even understand what he's doing. In the first round, he's laying foundation for something. In the second round, he's telling you why he laid the foundation. And in the third round, he wraps all that shit up in a nice little package and presents it to you. But in the middle, he's hitting you with so much shit that you don't even realize that he's hitting you with until you go back and watch the battle. But at the same time, Chess has a way to punch you, and it's going to hit, and it's going to hit, and it's going to hit. And in the building, it's going to look like he did more than what he actually did. He's one of those that swings, and the shit does hit, but he expends so much energy that the energy makes you look like he's doing more than what he's actually doing. In the building, I got Chess 2-1. Watch back, I got Cal 2-1. I really think Cal's going to take this in the long run. I think that Cal is going to really outdo Chess, but in the building, because of the crowd and because people like seeing big haymakers and people like seeing wild punches and not necessarily the content, I got Chess winning in the building. But over the long haul, I got Calico winning the battle too. So mainly, if I have to pick now, I'm going Calico 2-1 for the long haul. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
It does. And I slayfully agree. That's gonna be another good.
I like that. Slayfully agree.
I slayfully agree. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, man. If there's no folks,
you can't run away from this. You can't run away from Magneto's question there. Go ahead, Slave. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Hey, nah, answer that. Yeah, go ahead and answer that, shorty. Go ahead.
Okay. So he doesn't have enough attributes, but here's the thing. Av punches back to back to back to back. Yeah, Danny can freestyle, Danny can rebuttal. But at the same time, just because, okay, Muhammad Ali could dance. And he danced so well that George Foreman punched himself out of the match. But at the same time, when there was this man by the name of Joe Frazier that punched Ali to the point that that dancing shit didn't work no more. When Av starts punching on you, he does. If he can do one thing and do it so fucking well, does the rest of that shit really matter? Nolan Ryan had the damn nerve to live off a fastball. Can you believe this? He lived off of a fastball and he threw that shit so effectively that it didn't even matter. The most strikeouts ever for a pitcher. He had that record. But everybody else, you had these pure hitters, you had these clutch hitters, you had all of this shit. But Nolan Ryan lived off of a fastball. Just because you have the attributes, it doesn't mean that you can outdo what this man does. Av can punch back to back. He has written. I've heard Av rebuttal, and the shit hit. You can't tell me that just because Danny can freestyle and rebuttal that's the end all be all. I'm sorry. That doesn't matter all the time. Cause all the time that shit don't hit. I'm sorry. This shit don't hit all the time. Does it? Am I wrong? Have I made a gross error in judgment? Just because you can do it, does it always work?
Mm.
And some shit can't be rebutted. Them punches been like late. Man, see, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Punches been like. I'm sorry.
Hey, break the whole thing down with the crew right in front of his face, nigga, give me space, yeah. Why you keep talking about the shit like a shit, say Che, nigga.
That's all we have for tonight. we appreciate my brother coming up fucking with us today. I hope questions were answered to the degree of clarity for some of the things that I feel like we should do, or I say but we should have did at the time. Hopefully next year will be better. You know what I mean? And it, at some point it is less scrutinized, because it is, I feel like it's a needed thing for the ladies. I really do. Even though some, they may not feel like that. Again, give it a chance. This is the second year, third time's a charm. Any last words before we get on up out of here?
The only thing I have to say is please follow me on Twitter and keep a lookout for Tizzy Gang. Tizzy Gang, where real rap resonates. We talk about everything. We talk about battle rap. We talk about hip hop. We even have been, yours truly has been doing R&B verses every now and then. I took the cue from my big sister Wing, and your boy is 2-0 currently. 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Five songs from each era. I am 2-0. I have won one versus 11-3, and we tied in one. The other one was 10-4. I am currently, undefeated right now. I have another one coming up, and we're going to go from the 70s to the 2000s.
Marcellus, I hear what you're saying. I hear you talking and all that, and you're doing real well. But you know what I'm saying? I need for you to get another body, and then I might ask my client Wayne to come out. You know what I'm saying? She might come out. You know what I'm saying? You got to get another body though, man. We don't believe you. You need more people.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But anytime anybody is on Twitter and they see that Tizzy Gang is out there, please tap in with us. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to one day ask my sister Wayne to come and give her brother an interview on her history in battle rap and her legacy in battle rap. And I want everybody to tap in. We have been talking to up and coming female battlers, such as we have an interview with Big Body G's. We have an interview with Rainfire Moon coming out, and like I said, we have so many things in the works. So please, Tizzy Gang, TZZYGVNG. Like I said, where real rap resonates, right there's my Twitter. Please follow us and tap in with us. And Slade, thank you so much. You've tapped in with us before. You had to see me get a little bit out of pocket and regulate some niggas before. So.
It comes with the territory, my brother. You doing your thing. Keep going. Keep going. We all in this.
Thank you. But I appreciate you all. It's always a pleasure to come and chill with the Breakdown crew. Like I said, I always tell everybody that y'all are family.
Yes.
It's dope. It's dope.
Go ahead, my good brother.
All right, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Slay DiBiase, the Slaylian, man. the El Presidente, the James damn good from Good Times, you know what I'm saying? I am him as far as We the People TV, you know what I'm saying? One of the breakdown crew, man. I love all of y'all, man. We want this battle rap culture to keep going forward. Let's just be honest. That's all we ask. We just gonna be honest out here. Once again, everything counts. Everything counts. Everything counts. Today's strain of the day. Hold up, Wayne. Today's strain of the day. We were smoking on a little black Dior. You know what I'm saying? That gets you right on through where you need to be. If you got trouble sleeping, smoke on a little black Dior. It's gonna take you right where you need to be. Kind of where I'm about to go. You feel me? But anyways, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Everybody on the Breakdown Crew Network. Hashtag it's a network. Hashtag We the People TV. Hashtag Stonehead. It's a network. You know what I'm saying? Shout out BRC.
Fridays.
I love you. Oh. And Fridays. That's right. Fridays. We about to tap in. We're going to have a little education, man. I promise y'all. It's going to be fun. Just, stay tuned.
Episode coming soon. Cooking with Casa de Linda. Mama Weed. Cooking with butter. It is coming, y'all. I promise. It is coming.
Facts. Winged, I'm going to hit.
Hey, bring the whole thing down with the crew right in front of his face, nigga, give me space, yeah. Why you keep talking about the shit like a shit, say Che, nigga, fuck you think she gon' bring down, I don't get a Chanel. Get her back home, I'm giving her hell. Truth or dare, I don't kiss and tell, bitch, I go nuts like Chip and Dale. Party to death on a tall bar, she wanna talk my head out, she a lot, y'all. I thought you ain't no shotgun, right? Shotgun with a shotgun and a hot car. Little bitch gon' cut on YouTube. Hey, bitch, she thick like Nunu, baby. I do shit like Mewtwo, you cool until you go cuckoo, yeah, hey.
Damn, I thought Marcellus was still gonna stay. I didn't know what he was gonna say, but you know what? That's okay because I gave you one more time to play the intro.
Hey, bring the whole thing.